has not said.
Yeah.
And I think that is also how my parents raised me. If you don't say, they won't bother. Like,
But
my
that's
parents,
how guys are. That's how we are.
no, it's not about how you are. Now you won't compromise because now that's how we are. Us guys, we don't say. We just, hey, maybe this thing of making me figure out things. Oh, can't be me.
Can't be you.
You tell me this bill is too high to one venye tutanini. Lakini you're just looking at me there and then you're hoping wasi this girl to utajiongelesha.
Hello, I'm Rafungu Tusi if you're new here, and welcome to TrendyOnTopics. And today I have me, Julie Nguru, popularly known as Miss Nguru, and we'll be talking about how to properly treat a girl, but because she's really into food, it's how to properly treat a girl who loves food. Okay? So first question is, what's your ideal date? Your ideal type of date?
First of all, I've never gone for a date that's at night, so I can't really tell whether I like dates at night or dates during the day. But in terms of like the setting, I like dressing up, being picked or taking an Uber and going to the place, fine dining. I like that. So
you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, what about like is that the only thing that hits you when it comes to dates, or you don't think that being brought home for a normal chill is an ideal date?
Okay. That can also be like if I'm seeing my significant other, that can be a good, like, that's really cute, because if the guy is actually telling me come over, I've cooked, kwanza getting a guy who can really cook especially surpass my expectation, because I really know how to cook, and so I'm very particular in what I eat. So if I get a guy who like is telling me come, I've cooked, I've got you your favorite wine, because I'm really a wine person. I've got you your favorite wine, you come over, like, that's super cute. That's like really super cute, more than even you telling me like I have reserved a space for the both of us, you show up at this restaurant. I think that's more cuter than telling me to go out, on a date with you.
Okay, are you particular about, like, let's say when your significant other takes you out, are you particular about who's gonna pay for this meal? Are you the type to say, let's split the bill, let me pay for you this time, or let this guy be the one to pay?
Who called me for the date? Him.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's him who called me out of the date, he sat down, told me that, Julie Nguru, let us go to this place. Let's say a place like, where's my favorite place to eat? At Cafe. Let's go to At Cafe on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. You got me out of my house. You're the one who's supposed to pay. If we are going out on a date and you tell me let's go to At Cafe, however, I can't pay for 2 meals, so do you mind splitting the bill, or like us cost sharing? So we go on a date, but you cater for your own bill and I cater for my own bill. That's fine. You told me prior to the date, don't come here with surprises, because they don't like surprises. Cause like if you've gone out on a date with a mama, when the waiter brings the bill, they always push it to the guy's side, because in hindsight it's the guy who's supposed to pay. So for me, unless you tell me prior to the date, imagine you're the one who's paying, like and I also,
you don't come ready just in case?
Of course I do come ready, but in my head I'll be thinking like, you didn't tell me, you see, and that goes to a whole other thing of communicating, because I'm thinking I'm an understanding adult, and I know money is tight in this country that we live in, but tell me prior to it, so that even me, I know, like, probably right now I can't afford going to At Cafe. You see, even the thing is, I might come ready, but can I afford, like, I can have money, but can I afford to pay at Cafe? Then we can say, if we are cost sharing, I can't I can't afford at cafe at the moment. Can we change ninis?
Yeah, the place.
Yeah, so I feel like when you're planning for a date with your significant other, if you two, the both of you understand where you are at financially, then I don't think it's a problem. Like, you guys should discuss this. But for the motion or for the nini, that if you ask me out, you're the one who's paying. Because how the hell do you tell me come and then you tell me hey, you know you're paying for yourself? Like, it's not like I'll come empty-handed, but I just feel like communicate. I don't want to be ambushed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about girls who consider guys who bring them home to be broke? Because the fact that if I call you home, like personally I'd find it nice that like most dates is come home, we can have ice cream, we can watch something, all that. But a girl will be like, no, girls have said this on Twitter and all these places.
I think I've even seen such a tweet.
That these are broke guys don't accept such a move. What do you think about that?
It depends. On so many things. Number one, I'll try and look at it from the basis of the person who tweeted that, and also how someone else would like counter such an argument. And number one is, let's first go to the countering of the argument. So if, let's say, I live in Nairobi and whoever I'm dating still lives in Nairobi but really far, like Rungai. And I don't know at all, but that's the farthest. I think that's the farthest in this.
It is.
So if they're living in Rungai and he's a student, he's trying to balance between school and being there for me, and we've agreed like the minimum or the maximum, or rather the minimum we can see each other every week is once, then I feel like if they're how many? There are 52 weeks in a year, So if there are 52 weeks in a year, I can't always be coming, or you can't always be coming to my house to we just have ice cream and chill. Because I'm thinking, like, that money you're using, like, to cook for me, to buy me ice cream and all those things, we can decide to like go for an activity. Again, going on a date doesn't necessarily have to mean you sit down and eat. Like, eating is not the only activity you can do with your significant other. We have the national park. Like, these days, going to the national park is actually a thing. And giraffe center, those are actually things that people do nowadays that we didn't appreciate kitambo, because we felt like those were things only children do. But I feel like right now people do those things. So no, I wouldn't, like, I would question the person I'm dating if they told me for a whole year all we do is meet. Because, you know, because I'm normally for the belief that like, if you're doing outdoor things, also come with your friends, because I want to see not only the company you keep, but also how do you relate with your how do you relate with your significant other when you're out with other people?
But quick question on that: are you not the type to feel like these guys will take the attention away from you, because this is supposed to be you and the person? When like the guy brings friends, you know, that's not just you two.
Okay, there's the dates where we can agree, like, it's just me and you. But again, we can't always be me and you all the time. Like, there has to be other people, because your life doesn't revolve around me, you get? And so for me, sometimes I normally appreciate, like, you've seen couples, like, couples went out, like, let's say we're to Ngong Hills, for example, and they went hiking and stuff like that, but they also brought their friends. And for me, that works. Like, I really appreciate that, because when you're with your significant other, just the two of you, there's a tendency of pretense, quote unquote. Like, they'll treat you as a queen, and you'll think, wow, my boyfriend is such a gentleman. Until the day you guys go to Mount Longonot and you're hiking, and since he's with his friends, he wants to show his friends the way, me, hiking is my thing. So he'll like hike and get to the peak, and you're still there struggling, and you'll be like, hey. So you also need to, because you know, you also need to know these things, because I feel like that's why marriages even fail, because once you're in a marriage is when your true colors show, and you're like, what? This is not the person I was dating. So for me, like, my life doesn't revolve around just the two of us. Bring your friends and bring your friends. Know the people you're hanging out with, because you might bring people and I'm like, what kind of company is this?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your ideal first date? This is not someone you're dating. This is someone who's shot his shot, and yeah, you see as if you can give the person a chance.
You know, the person who is planning to shoot my shot probably watches your content and then be like, I don't. Okay.
Tips.
That's interesting. So they are not my significant other.
Yeah, this is someone new, someone who's hoping for something with you.
Okay. Okay, let me ask a question before I answer yours. Have I already sensed, or has he told me, like, by the time he's asking me to, this is not okay, a date, do you mean the first time we are meeting up on a date? Or we've been talking, we've met up, but not really dates. We've never met up.
Yeah.
So we've just been talking on the DM and this is the first time we're meeting. Hey. Okay.
How is that supposed to go down? How do you picture it going down?
If he asks
What's the
me,
right way?
if he asks me out,
Yeah.
everything needs to be planned. I don't like, you know, like the way you tell someone, let's go on a date, I'll see you at probably, let's say we're GPO, I'll meet you at GPO. Then when I fake at GPO, we're all looking at each other like, okay, so where do you like eating? No, it is
planned.
By the way, I like planning. So if you build a plan, I'll dismiss you then and there. Like, we'll go on the date, but rest assured, you're never gonna see me again. Like, that's the end. So, like, plan, think through everything. Because as women, you might think that women like the big things, that you bought her this, you bought her that, but it's the little things that matter. Like, you went out of your way, you planned, you said, let's do this at this time, and you're really making it like really special. So I don't have like a step-by-step way, like, you have to take me here, it has to be a fancy restaurant, but I just feel like if you've planned, then I'll know, like, you think through things, and so you don't make rash decisions. And for me, that is also like, I tend to feel like, that's a personality trait, or that's your character trait, you know. So for me, if you've planned it, even if we'll go and have coffee, as long as you've planned and we're not looking at each other like this. And then also, I feel like the first date, we are not cost sharing, Allah. It's you who's supposed to pay. Like, that one goes without saying. It's when you're in the relationship, you're to negotiate easy vitu. But as long as you're still hitting me up, you pay until when
even if it's not official.
He's trying to pursue me. So he's the one who did the pursuing. He's been pursuing. He wants me.
Even after the first date. After the first date, you'll have already, like, he's already taken you out. He's already paid.
No, he's not taking. He told me to come meet him. That is not taking me out. He told me to come. I'm taking you out. Are you taking out a stranger? We are meeting up. So it is after that. It is after that maybe. But I mean, like, honestly, I feel like a girl, when she's told cause sharing that mko kwa relationship, ataona tu huyu atanimalizia tu pesa. Like, I don't know, I just feel like huyu atanimalizia pesa zangu. Like, see, he's pursuing. I feel like, I'm not saying effort is only showed when a guy is paying and stuff, but I feel like if he
looks more serious that way.
And then now, like, once he asks me out, honestly, I don't mind cost sharing. Like, honestly, I don't. And as I say, tell me prior. But because even he might be really wanting me, but the money is not enough to cater for the two. But
what if he's also looking for the signs of, let me look in the long run, how will she help me? Let's say I don't have cash, you know. Maybe that's also him looking at it that way.
Now let me ask you a question. So, you want to tell me that the only way a girl should prove at how much she'll be there for you is at whether she'll pay?
As in, there are different types of guys. Maybe that is him. Like, maybe he has the cash, he's got the money, but he just wants to see if he'll even suggest, no wait, we can actually split this bill. Like, considering the type of place that you've also gone. You know, like you can go to Art Cafe, you can go to Java, and the bill is not as crazy as if you went to, I don't know, maybe CJ's. So in a situation where you go to CJ's and then you see the crazies coming up crazy, but he's already planned for that, would you still not like, hey, do you mind if I help you? He hasn't talked about it.
Exactly. He hasn't talked.
In,
me, I'm supposed to be an angel and figure it out at he needs help.
Maybe. Yeah, because in the future
I don't do these angel things. Angels live in heaven. Me, I don't do these angel things. If he has not said, and I think that is also how my parents raised me. If you don't say, they won't bother. Like,
but
my
that's
parents,
how guys are. That's how we are.
No, it's not about how you are. Now you won't compromise because now that's how we are. Us guys, we don't say. We just, hey, me this thing of making me figure out things. Can't be me.
Can't be you.
You tell me this bill is too high to warn venye tutanini. Lakini you're just looking at me there and then you're hoping wasi this girl utajiongelesha.
Okay.
And about proving, let me go there. About proving whether this girl will be with me in the long run.
Not in the long run, but should be supportive in instances where he can't help out.
Okay. Have you ever? I saw this tweet one day that was talking about. So a guy was comparing two situations. So there was one where a guy lives alone with only a mattress and he has a bucket and a stove.
I saw that.
And then there was another one where it's a fancy bedroom, fancy bed, and all these things. And the guy wrote this: if she can't leave you she can't love you when you're at this state. You should not accommodate her when you're at this state. Okay, first of all, I agree with that. Like a guy should be able to know that this woman will be there for me through thick and thin. But poverty is not the only way that can be proven. You get? And then
but
also,
he's not poor.
He's not poor, but if you're sitting behind to expect that I will bring up the topic of, oh, is this too much? Like, you call me out on the date. Yes, you can afford. Probably we've eaten a meal for probably 4 Gs for the both of us. And you carried like probably 5 Gs and you're okay like with spending that 4,000 shillings. But I don't feel like that is the way a man, now he sits back to see, will she bring it up? To just see whether this woman has my back.
Like
first
looking
of all,
at your character.
It's not about character. You say this is the first time we are meeting. This is the first time we are meeting. I don't think that's a way a man should judge or should see my character. Because what if I will always have your back, but I'm also the person who expects you to always ask. So yes, Julie will always have your back. That is how I am as a person. But as long as you don't ask, I know you're sorted out. I know sometimes it's good to be concerned, like, is this okay? But try and communicate, especially where you're trying to prove something. Because let me tell you, I can't also pretend for long. If I am trying to show you on the first date that I'll always have your back, in the long run, eventually itajitokeza that maybe I don't. You get? So I don't think that's a way of gauging. That's why I feel like I agree that I agree that's not a way. Now, in terms of I don't see why also. I feel like when a man is at that state, someone actually tweeted that and they said, when you're in the first picture, so the first picture was where they were really poor. When you're in the first picture, you should not be thinking about a woman. First work on yourself. That's what they said. And for me,
what if you had a woman before that stage? Like, let's say, you know how life can just change drastically. So you had the girl at that point. At
that point of poverty, or
as in during the whole transition, she was with you, but now things were okay. But then umeanza hapo chini, where you're basically starting in a room, one roomed house, nalala kwa floor, you see.
So your question is?
No, like I was explaining that type of situation. It's not like, let's say, it's not like he's starting, like it's someone who's not been anywhere. It's a guy who's, let's say, things have just changed.
Or if things have changed, then okay, that is a way. But you see, things have changed because it was inevitable. You see, things didn't change because he planned to change them. Like, hey, hey, you see, when when things change like that, and let's say your woman has been there, but when that thing changes like that, probably this is just a sign to tell you that she's not the one for you, because she'll probably ghost when you're at that state. That's a way of looking at it. But that's because the circumstances is inevitable, and I think from there it's something just trying to tell you that this is not the woman for you. But where there is room to communicate, imagine, just say, like, probably the guy, yes, he might be having that 5,000 shillings to pay for our meal, and he just wants to see, which is fine by the way. I don't say that it's wrong for the guy to see, but again, I don't think that should be a determinant to show you whether that woman will be there for you. Yeah, that's not, actually on our first date you can't know whether I'll be there for you, because even me, I've come with my best foot forward. So when you ask me a question, like for me, when I'm asked out on a date and the kind of questions he asks, like when I think through, I'm like, probably he's looking for this answer, so I'll say this to make me striking, but probably that's not me. And as I've said, pretense, eventually they know whether this is the right woman for me or not. So I do not support Ati trying to see whether the woman will be there for me in terms of money. By the way, money is not the only way to prove that you'll be there for someone or not. There are other ways. You might get sick
in the situation of a first date, but yeah, you
might get sick, and then life becomes so hard, like you're not going out on dates anymore, and then she ghosts you. Probably even money was not the problem. It's just probably just become immobile. You get? So I don't think money is the only way to prove that whether she'll be there for me or not.
Yeah, but guys need to communicate.
Yes, communication number one. That's normally my number one thing. If you can't communicate, compromise. Because there's some people who say, you know, I don't speak out my problems. That's fine, and we'll work on that. But please try, at least put effort that you try. Because I think you're a soft-spoken person, so you tend to like keep to yourself, and then things start building up, and I don't like that. But again, if that's how you are, we can work around it, and I tell you, by the way, if this has to work, you also need to like compromise. For me, I'm compromising to understand that you're like that, because I am impatient with people who don't say how they feel, but I'm compromising because I care about you. So even you put in the effort of like trying to like communicate your feelings, you know, so it goes both ways.
Yes. Okay, quite interesting. But basically that's why we'll stop it for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button, and be sure to check out some of my other videos with some of my other guests, and also check out Miss Nguru. She's got an amazing page on Instagram and has quite some things to say on Twitter, so follow her on Twitter too. But basically that's it. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye bye.
Cool.